As a teenage girl, I wake up late every single day. And I mean every single day. I wake up late for school, I wake up late for work, and let me mind you, I set 3 alarms every single day. One for 6 a.m., 6:30, and then 7. So I get about an hour to get to school. But I never wake up the same exact time. I usually wake up at 7:30, then use 20 minutes to get ready. And that is better known as borrowed time. And also for work. I show up to work at least 5 minutes late every single day just because I can and using that borrowed time. So when I was asked the question, is Canada's carbon tax living on borrowed time? I had to say yes for 3 main area of analysis. Income loss, increasing living expenses, and also the rural communities and lower income individuals are affected by this more. So let's move on to my first area of analysis, income loss. We can see from Fraser Institute in June 17th, 2024 stated that the overall income loss was calculated to an average about 1,530 per employed Canadian annually. This information is basically saying that every employed Canadian is losing about $1,540 per year that this carbon tax has been instituted. We can see that some of these employed Canadians cannot afford to lose 1,540 years per year out of their annually income. So that brings me to Financial Post in June 16, 2024 stated a $170 per ton carbon tax will cause economy to shrink by 1.8%, causing a reduction on real income in every prospect. We can see that losing 1.8% of the income because of this carbon tax is only going to hurt Canada's economy and reduce their GDP by 1.8% as well. This reduction will only cause more harm onto other people. So that brings me to my second area of analysis, increase in living. We can see that the CBC states on December 12th, 2024, stated that prices between January 2019 to April 2024, that consumers' prices increased by 19.3% over that time. Between January 2019 to April 2024, the prices increased by 19.3%. That means that consumer products have increased by 19.3%. The basic living expenses for Canadians were increasing by this, causing them to pay more for their groceries, food, clothing, and water for their basic necessities. We can also see from David Schwab Foundation 2024 stated that we are spending more on groceries, gas, and home heating, many other products. Carbon tax pricing is responsible for about 1/20th of prices increase in Canada. Saying that 1/20th of the prices increase in Canada was caused by the carbon tax. This might seem like a small number, but in reality, it is a huge number for it to be caused by this, saying that 19.3% of consumer prices were increased. And we can also see that individuals are losing 1,530 per year due to the carbon tax. So seeing that 1/20th of the price increase was due to this is an enormous number. So that brings me to affects rural communities and lower income society. As we can see, Columbian Valley Person in April 27, 2024 stated that rural folks end up paying the carbon pricing on fossil fuels, which is essential for personal vehicles. Saying that individuals that live in rural communities need their vehicles to get around. Saying that upper communities in Canada have the necessities of buses, trains, bikes, and other essential things for them to get around the city. Saying that people living in rural communities need their cars to get around. They don't have a means to go on buses and get around the city when they need their vehicles. Saying that this tax is affecting them, causing them harm, and causing them to pay more taxes on the individuals as they need it. We can also see the economic and social Research Institute in 2024 stated that lower income groups are at a disadvantage because of higher perspiration on their income spent on energy, saying that lower income individuals are losing money. They're losing their income due to the carbon tax that is only causing them more harm and not good. Saying that the carbon tax was intended to cause more positive in Canada's community as it's only causing more harms. As we can see, the President of Canada is not doing anything to help with this, and it's only causing more harms. Saying that this carbon tax is just using borrowed time when it's only supposed to be there for a few years, and it's been going on since 2019, using borrowed time. So today we talked about income loss, increase in living expenses, and also the impacts that it causes on rural communities and lower income individuals. Seeing that the carbon tax is using borrowed time to cause more negatives than positive. As I stated, as I wake up late every single day for work, I can state that I'm using borrowed time, and that is only causing more harm on my individual work ethic, saying that my boss eventually will fire me for my bad work ethic, saying that eventually Canada will have to get away from this borrowed time and face the reality of the carbon tax and the negative impacts it has on Canadians.